Two new WWE signings have been revealed. We're going to talk about that, and we're going to have to talk a little bit about a major announcement coming from AEW. And yes, this one's actually pretty big because AEW is doing things a little bit differently, which as a consumer, it does make me really happy to see. And then, of course, we are going to talk about WWE and AAA and what is expected over there. Hey guys, and if you want more videos like this, just do me a favor and click subscribe. Trust me, you never want to miss a video. We're on the hunt for 100,000 subscribers, and it would mean the world if you guys showed a little bit of love. I want to kick things off with Jeremy Borash, and more specifically, there is a reason why we're talking about this, because there has been a lot of questions as to how is WWE going to do everything with AAA when they acquire the company. And Jeremy Borash's name is being brought up. According to Fightful Select, Sean Ross Sapp was asked about whether or not executives like Jeremy Borash or Bruce Pritchard would be overseeing AAA's operations. And Sean Ross Sapp says that Jeremy Borash is supposed to be involved in some capacity, and he's working to find out more on that, but he is supposed to be involved in some capacity. Now, this is interesting because maybe some of you guys are too young to know, or maybe you guys just don't watch everything, but Jeremy Borash came from TNA, eventually left TNA, went to WWE, worked behind the scenes with WWE on NXT, 205 Live, Level Up. I mean, this guy was pretty much moved everywhere behind the scenes with WWE. And there's been a lot of praise, a lot of positive things being said about Jeremy Borash and his contributions to the WWE. Like, WWE is very high on Jeremy Borash. Apparently, Triple H is very much behind the guy, and then therefore Nick Khan and the company are very behind the guy. This is a guy who has had a little bit of creative influence on the product, video packages and whatnot. He's been very instrumental in these things. And then, of course, as an executive, as somebody, in a suit, they trust him. Now, me being a TNA guy, maybe you guys don't know this, but obviously growing up being a massive TNA fan, I remember Jeremy Borash being an announcer, and backstage interviews. And I always looked at this guy as like incredibly talented. And when originally he signed in with WWE, I thought, oh my God, he's just going to be holding the microphone on NXT. That is not what has happened here. And I think that is so cool that WWE has found ways to be successful with Jeremy Borash, right? He didn't come through the WWE system. And he holds a lot of value to the WWE, and they continue to utilize him. I'm a fan of that, bro. Honestly, I'm a huge fan of that. And with knowing his contributions behind the scenes, you send him to AAA, I think that would be massively cool. I look forward to seeing how they do all of this together. All right, guys, we got to talk about an AEW major announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, AEW has officially announced AEW All Out Toronto, and this is literally happening for the first time. So I'm excited about that. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm excited about it. Regardless if I think AEW's product is hot, cold, whether they're selling 1 million tickets or 0 tickets, whether they have 50 million viewers or 1 viewer, this is the kind of stuff that I want to see from AEW because Tony Khan is a man of tradition, and it's annoying. And it's been very annoying. Now, today, it's been officially recognized that All Out is coming to Toronto Saturday, September 20th at the Scotiabank Arena. So it's a very big venue, obviously. This is going to be huge. This is the first major time or the first major pay-per-view that AEW is bringing to Canada. In addition to that, Tony Khan is not doing All Out in Chicago. And I think that's awesome. I think it's the most annoying thing in the world. I know maybe some people will think it's not a big deal, but when you constantly do Double or Nothing in Las Vegas, AEW All Out in Chicago, and every event is kind of at the same venue, it is so annoying, bro. It is so annoying. It's not a fun experience. How many times have I flown to Chicago for All Out? You know what I mean? So the fact that they're breaking tradition is insane because Tony Khan is one of those guys who respects and loves the tradition of bringing the events to certain places. And for AEW to bring All Out to Toronto, I think Canada is such a great market. I don't know what AEW's ticket sales will look like here. I don't know what AEW's plans will be. This is All Out will be 4 weeks after AEW Forbidden Door. So that is something to keep in mind, obviously. But But I think that's huge. I genuinely believe that's huge. And I think Canada is such a great market for wrestling, and the fans in Toronto are always so loud. I feel like if AEW could get their product to a point where it's just incredibly fun to watch and a lot of people are enjoying it, dude, they'll have some success there. It's interesting because AEW, television wise, they are doing smaller venues, but then when it comes to these pay-per-views, they are doing bigger venues. So maybe Tony Khan and AEW are looking at this as an opportunity to kind of get back on track. And obviously we'll see. Tickets will go on sale Monday, June 2nd, 2025 at 10 a.m. through Ticketmaster. Premium seating early access begins on May 26th. Pre-sale begins on May 28th. I mean, this is good, bro. This is good. Tony Khan says, I can't wait for AEW to make our return. It's going to be so exciting. It's the first ever international AEW all-out pay-per-view. It's been one of the biggest pay-per-views in AEW traditionally. I'm so thrilled that we're doing it. This event marks the first time All Out will be held outside of the usual Chicago home since the COVID-19 pandemic period. So, I mean, that pretty much tells you everything you need to know. It's a pretty big deal. And that brings us to our final topic, ladies and gentlemen. 2 new WWE signings have been revealed. Yesterday, we were talking about Zozea. Now, according to Cultaholic, they have dropped an exclusive report today. WWE is finalizing deals with French standout Aigle Blanc and Belgian powerhouse Mike DiVecchio, with both talents expected to officially report to the company by September 2025. Now, for those in America who do not watch the European independent wrestling scene, maybe you're not paying attention to that. That's okay. Obviously, there's a lot of wrestling, a lot of things happening. I know more about Mike DiVecchio than Blanc. And the reason for that is because, obviously, when you watch so much wrestling as much as I do, these guys pop up in certain places. Mike DiVecchio was somebody who was close to signing with TNA at one point, Impact Wrestling. It didn't work out. I don't know why that didn't happen. But this is interesting. Both of them made their names in WXW. Obviously, the UK indie scene, there's Rev Pro, there's WXW, there's all these promotions out there. It's pretty insane. This is cool. I think this is great. WWE is going back out into Europe and recruiting talent from, international markets. I think it's a great idea. I think Mike DiVecchio is probably going to be one of those guys where WWE, they like that kind of look. They kind of have their own mindset on what a wrestler looks like and stuff of that nature. So he probably fits the WWE system very, very much so. With Blanc, it's a little bit different. And the reason for that is because being a masked wrestler, sometimes it works out to your benefit, sometimes it doesn't. Obviously, we'll have to see kind of how WWE goes about that, because we all saw El Generico get unmasked and now he's Sami Zayn. Is this one of those situations, or do they let him keep his mask, whatever it may be? Two very talented individuals. How does WWE go about it? I don't know. But when you look at NXT, this is huge, bro. Huge, huge, huge. But I'm going to say what I said yesterday and pretty much every other day. What the hell is happening with NXT Europe? Doesn't sound like it's happening. What do you guys think? Let me know down below.